Welcome to Module 2. In our last module, we saw the big picture, the three-layer blueprint of clean architecture and its golden rule. With that roadmap in mind, it's time to lay the very first brick of our GStore application, the data layer. The data layer is our application's foundation. Its sole responsibility is to handle all communication with the outside world's data sources, whether that's a remote API over the internet or a local database on the device. In this module, we will learn how to structure this layer professionally. We'll set up a mock API for development, learn how to transform raw data into clean objects using the adapter pattern, and most importantly, we will write our very first unit tests to ensure our data layer is robust. To begin, we need to understand the single most important design pattern in this layer, the repository pattern. So what is a repository? Think of your application's business logic, the domain layer, as a head chef in a fine dining restaurant. The chef needs ingredients, like a list of products, but the chef should never have to know or care where those ingredients come from. Does the beef come from the local farm, the big supermarket, or the supplier across the country? The chef doesn't care. The chef only wants to walk into the kitchen's pantry, ask for beef, and get high-quality beef every single time. The repository is that pantry. It's an abstraction, a clean, predictable storage room that sits between our business logic, the chef, and the messy, unpredictable outside world of data sources, the suppliers. Our business logic will only ever talk to the repository. It will say, "Repository, get me all products." It has no idea if the repository is fetching that data from an API, a database, or even a simple text file. This separation is powerful. It means we can completely change our backend, say, from Firebase to our own custom API, without changing a single line of our business or UI logic. In the last lesson, we learned the why behind the adapter pattern. We saw how it acts as a protective middleman between our application and an unpredictable external API. Now it's time to build it. In this lesson, we're going to write the code for our product API adapter. Its job is to take the raw JSON data from our mock API and carefully translate or adapt it into the clean product entity that our application's domain layer expects. This is a critical piece of our data layer. It's the component that will contain all the messy details of dealing with the API, keeping the rest of our application clean and isolated. Let's jump into the code. First, let's create the right folder structure. Inside our data layer, it's a good practice to separate the raw data fetching from the repository logic. So I'll create a new folder called adapters. Inside adapters, I'll create our new file, product API adapter.dot. The first thing we'll need is a way to make HTTP requests. For that, we'll add the popular HTTP package to our pubspec.yaml file and run pub-get. Now inside our adapter file, we'll create the product API adapter class. This class will have one public method, fetch products. This method will be asynchronous and will return a future list map string dynamic, which is the raw JSON data. Inside fetch products, we'll define our mock API URL. Then we use the HTTP GET method to make a network request. We'll check the status code to make sure the request was successful. If it is, we decode the JSON body and return it. If not, we'll throw an exception. So far so good, but this method returns raw JSON. The contract from our product repository demands a list of product. This is where the adaptation magic happens. We'll add a static method to our product entity called fromJSON. This is a common pattern in Dart for creating an object from a map. It takes a map string dynamic as input and knows how to construct a product object from it, mapping the JSON keys like name and price to our class properties. With this in place, our adapter is almost complete. In the next lesson, we will build our concrete repository, which will use this adapter to fetch the raw data and then use the product from JSON method to transform it into the clean data our application needs, completing the data layer's primary responsibility.